What's up, folks? Brandon here. It's really not that cold out today or this morning. You can see the sun starting to hit the stuff back there. The only reason it is a little bit cold and why I got all this right here on me. I can't really use the glove on this hand to operate the camera with because it can't pick up through it anyway. You see my breath? I think you can. So it's decently cold, but it's not gratefully cold. It's just like your regular morning cold. It's not advanced cold to where you can still put on a decent layering system and still be cold, okay? This is the type of cold where you can move around in and it ain't that bad. Now, because I got the camera put there, even though my hand is not cold just yet, I can put my glove back on. This is not the world's best camera quality or world's best camcorder system I'm using here, but it's the best I got still. So, yeah. Alright, folks. Whether you're a prepper, a bushcrafter, a survivalist, a woodsman, a primitive skills, a aboriginalist, a minimalist, or whatever, it relates to being prepared, trying to do more with less, or just liking gear in general, okay? A lot of people like guns. I like what guns can be used for if used properly and treated just like an actual tool, which the original intention, I do believe, for guns made was hunting actually. There are millions of weapons meant for killing for guns and came along the scene, so. But anyway, for the people that know the gun laws in the areas of their city or country or whatever, you know, that would depend on what type you can get everything else. I see a lot of people talk about stockpiling guns and stockpiling piles of ammo, and it always seems to be that they have more guns than they do for person, or piles of ammo that they don't even have right with the right guns, it seems. The people I have known, or whatever, from different groups I'm part of on Facebook, on social media, actually people I've met in real life, people I've heard about from YouTubers online. And even though I'm pretty sure this dude is fraud, now, and as much as I hate to realize it, but Joseph Tedeye, but there were a few good actual videos I liked he made on guns and whatnot, and the way he had that system of practicing of how good and quick he was at shooting. You know, he'd have his pistol on the right hand side, he'd have his mags on the other side, and you know, he would draw, he'd kind of come a little bit towards the shirt, this way, a little bit towards his shirt, go out forward and stick his head out just a little bit, you know, and then constantly bam, bam, bam. You know, got the hands like that right there, or whatever, not up front like that, but like that, I guess. Maybe it is like, I don't know, it's either that way or this way. I think it's supposed to be that way or this way. I don't think it's supposed to be that way. I think it's supposed to be this way you hold a gun. That seems natural to me, okay? Because you have one hand right here to match whatever side to pull out the clip. You pull out that clip, put it back up, flap the other one back in, go back to shooting. That makes sense to me. He doesn't have his clip right beside his gun where he has to reach way back there and put it up when his hands are on that side of him. Okay, that's just something I noticed. He said sometime it is good to practice be bi-handed with your guns. And he used the example of being behind a wall, got a shoe on the other side. If you're right-handed and you got a rifle and you got a shoe on the left, so you got to lean out so much of your body. Instead, you know, learn to do that way. Lean out just that little bit instead of so much more. This looks stupid because I ain't got no wall to hide behind and demonstrate. A friend of mine that actually does shoot guns says, yeah, but people shouldn't hide behind walls because they're not as solid against bullets as people think they are. But that still wasn't the damn point I was trying to get across. But anyway. The fact of the matter is, people buy guns and they buy bullets and they never buy extra magazines. If you carry a 1911 or a Glock or whatever popular 9mm, 38 special, 10mm or whatever common, you know, caliber, grain, whatever the heck it is, gun and bullet that you have, you know, if you have lots of ammo, but only one clip or magazine, whichever one you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to call it a clip, okay? The bigger ones I call magazines, okay? The camera, I hate when I do certain movements and it gets brighter and darker. You can probably see it there. I hate that anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna say magazine because I hear it more often. You got your little magazine or clip, whichever you want to call it. I don't really think there's too much of a difference. Is it really gonna kill somebody if I call it a different thing, really? I mean, think. Anyway, you know, and you got extra bullets for it, but then you got to constantly, you know, reload, push it down while you're taking cover behind something possibly. Why not just have another one ready just to slap right in, you know? I don't get that at all. I don't. And then everybody thinks they have to have an assault rifle and all this other stuff with the flashlight and the laser and all this junk and whatnot. And you really don't, especially if you're just in a wilderness area for hunting. Actually, most first common sword weapons and bladed weapons actually came from farm tools, really. And I can just tell already, you can barely even see my face and my body too much from the gosh darn camera angle I'm at here. Look, that's where the light starts coming in. I'm right at it. But it's so close. The camera's trying to draw the light on the thing in front of it instead of the light behind it. But the more further I go back, the more it takes in the light behind it, and the darker I get. I'm about like 7 or 8 foot, almost 10, about like 10 right now for the camera now. And this is how dark I am. And I'm probably pretty sure you couldn't hear my voice that great either. But I mean, that's just my understandings on firearms and whatnot. And if I was to have a plate carrier on, when I was younger, I thought you needed one that covered all your vital organs and whatnot. And it's a decent idea. But that'd be more for like a Kevlar flex pad vest, really. The most area people are probably going to shoot at is from right there to right there. And you're not going to have a gosh darn face mask on. You're going to have some protect all this right here. And AR-500 Armor is one of the best people I know of that does that for plate carriers, and easiest way to where if you're running, it's not going to hurt, chafe, or whatever else. Same with if you have to carry multi-tools, such as a multi-tool, a knife, a blade, or a gun, whatever. Have it set up to where it's comfortable to carry on you, to where you're able to carry it, not be noticed too much, still be good with it. I have a friend who thinks somebody my size should have longer sticks to practice with my Eskrima and my other stick martial arts I practice with. He knows that he's done a lot more martial arts and self-defense stuff than I have. But I have this thing where I think I want any type of bladed weapon one-sided, not double-sided. I don't like that anymore. So used to, it looks cool, but it's more dangerous to you than the person. Of course, you're only just thrusting with one. Where a weapon just goes a little bit past my elbow, whether it be a stick or whatever. So that way I have the constant, moving up, moving down, coming up, coming that way. This constant blocking of all this right here, my arms. This way, that way I can move my arms whatever way I want to, to keep and good enough my body. I can move them down there, protect my legs. I can move here, protect that. I want something where if I had to pull it backwards in a more defensive way, it doesn't go too far to possibly stick back into my ribs or something if I pull it back. Or if I'm holding the forward position, where I go back, it'll be too close to my face. And that's part of my idea. I like the sheaths for machetes and whatnot, one of my favorite tools / weapons that carry across your back instead of on your leg. And if you are to buy or get a machete or a big knife, make sure you get one to where when you pull your leg all the way up, normally, about right there, when you step over something, it doesn't hit your knee. It doesn't go anywhere near your knee. Or if you bending down on the ground, it doesn't go dick down the dirt. Because that causes a lot of slowing you down and everything else. So yeah, that's why I always try to think if I'm going to buy a tool, I want to buy something I know that's going to be good and useful and ergonomic for me. Not because 511 says it's great, not because TruSpec says it's great, not because that dude off Full Metal Jacket says it's the bomb. No, I want to buy something that suits me. I think anybody else should do the same thing. Do your homework, do your research, get it. You can tell a lot from first impressions whether you're going to love something or not. Unless, of course, you learn more and more doing different stuff with the tool the longer you have it. Okay? The only thing that matters when it comes to a product you buy, that will depend on if you love it or hate it, is how well it's made. And by that I mean mostly, for example, with knives, how well it's made. Is that good quality steel? Is the heat treat good? You know, is it 100% full construction? Is it proven? Was it tested good enough? You know, stuff like that, no matter what you're buying, you know. Like on a backpack or a bed, are the threads all solid? Is it good? Has it got good cushion? The spring is good? Is all good enough and ergonomic enough to last a long time, if not a lifetime, for you to own this product and trust a part of your life or part of your time into it, especially if something going to be constantly with you, you're going to use on your body, or you have to put your body on to rest or help protect your body or do work around where you live or etc. All right, thanks for listening, folks. See y'all around. Peace.